Hi, this is JilliBling of JilliBling.com. It is paper pumpkin time for all of you paper pumpkin people. Whew, say that fast. So I just received this box yesterday, and this is my August paper pumpkin, and I did one of each of the projects. So let me show you them. So here is one of them, and it comes with envelopes, and I stamped a little bit on the outside, and look how nice that matches. And then of course I did the inside, and I got carried away adding extra little sparkly bling, but I can't help it. And there's vellum. So here is project number, I think this is the second one when you look at the instruction sheet. Look at this one. I stamped right over all the print on the envelope, and didn't that turn out nice? World's Greatest Coach. On the inside art, of course. And each of these I'll go over it a little bit slower in a minute. And this is probably everyone's favorite shaker card. Shaker. And a little bit on the inside. And on the outside, I stamped the back. And then somehow the envelope had a little dot, so I put this right at the top. Cute. I like it. It goes together really easy, really good. So, last month, or with the July, this one is World's Greatest. Let me show you this. It's a little bit close, but that's okay. World's Greatest August 2020 paper pumpkin. And last month I asked, should I do the whole kit us together, or should I rush through it and do just one of them? And I was looking at the thumbs up, and thumbs up seem to be go slower, do the whole kit. It makes the video last a little bit longer, but I think we could do it together. So I'm going to try that again, and hopefully there's lots of thumbs up. Are you ready? Okay, let's open our box. And in here is an advertisement for the September paper pumpkin, and you have to sign up by September 10th. And it says whether you like Halloween or not, this kit has something for everyone. I noticed a cute little box like that. So if you're not a paper pumpkin subscriber, it's a great time to do it. Here are the directions. We're going to be making 9 cards and 9 envelopes. There's 3 different styles, 3 of each. And you could go through the directions if you like, but because we're doing this together, you don't need to do this. I'll tell you little tricks for each one and tips, so you don't need to use this. On the back, it lists coordinating Stampin' Up colors. So I bring this up just because these are the colors I used for the inside of the card. It's Bumblebee Gold, Mint, Macaroon, Pacific Point, Soft Suede, and White. So those are the colors I have here, with one exception. My Bumblebee is in a box traveling somewhere, and I don't have it. And I was trying to get by without it, but then I needed it. So instead of Bumblebee, I'm using Crushed Curry, but they're really close, so it will work just fine. Okay, so we don't need this. So back to the box. Here are little glittery sequins in the shape of stars. Use lots of those. Glue dots. Ribbon. Isn't that pretty? Pacific Point ribbon. Oh, and for this paper pumpkin, if you can, get some really sharp scissors. That helps. And it comes with a Pacific Point spot, but I'm not going to use that because I have the full-size one. And here's a stamp set. So while we're pulling all this out, if you can, put all of your stamps onto a block. So when I first saw this and talking with someone else, at first it was like, well, I don't have kids in school, and I'm not sure that this one is really going to work for me, until While looking at the stamp set, I noticed that there's friend in it. World's greatest friend, number one friend. You deserve a medal, you're the best. It could all be about friend, 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 friend. But then the more I started thinking about it, if I put these cards in a little shop, what are the people going to want to buy? And because I know we have a couple of great coaches, one in particular, here in town, I thought, okay, I'll do a few that say coach, but I know there's a lot of great teachers too. And then there's the number one kid. I didn't pull that one out. But I think it's a good set. If it's just for friends, or if you have somebody that would like to gift it to a coach or a teacher. Or maybe you have a kid or a grandkid that has a great teacher. You could give it to them to give to their teacher. This stamp set is, I think they're calling it distinctive, but it is quite realistic looking. See this right here, kind of the ruffly ribbon, and then also this drop down pendant type ribbon. It's really nice. This one is right on here. Looks quite realistic. I like it. Okay, so back to getting started. Those there, stamp set off to the side, and I'm going to make 3 piles because there's 3 cards. Ooh, I have stuff everywhere. Okay, so I'll have it shaker card last, trophy card first, and second will be, what is this, medallion? So I'm going to take all the pieces. Oh, here are my inside pieces. So I have 2 of this one, and I use Pacific Point paper for the inside liner. I'll open it up and I'll show you in a minute. But whatever color you have. So this right here, this liner is Pacific Point, and it's the same on all of them. Okay, so they all have that. There's one, I had an extra navy, so on one of them I'm going to use navy. Don't tell anyone. Okay, what else do we have? These circles go on there. So let's just punch out all of our pieces and put them on the card that they'll be used with. Look how shiny this gold is. Not everyone likes gold. I do. And this kit went together pretty easy. So while I punch all these things out and put them on the piles, of course I have a little bit of stuff going on in our world. Today, my brother is moving, so the moving van truck, Dad got it, and Tony hired a few, hey, look at this. So I used the first frame, and then this one is all filled in. There's dimensionals in there. All my samples are all flat. Okay, we'll dimensional the next ones. Who knew? I missed that. Okay, where were we? Okay, so they've been planning it, and he bought a house a few weeks ago. She says, at least I need 2 weeks to move out. So today is the day. So Tony hired a few kids from the school to help out with the heavy lifting, because you know teenagers, they can do everything. And the boys will be paying them an hourly rate and feeding them, and checked with the parents if we could take them out of town for this little trip. Anyhow, it's all working out. They got started early today, and I know that they could get into the place at 1:30 today. So they are there doing physical labor. But it's so exciting for Rob and Noelle to get their own place and be moving in. Noelle is at her sister's wedding in North Carolina, and she's going to come home tomorrow at 9:30. All the stuff will be moved, and then she could get it all settled and placed right where she wants it in their new place. Very exciting for them. And that's not it. My boy, guess what he did? He put in an offer on a house at 2 o'clock today. He heard offer accepted. But now he's going to look around for financing. He has a couple of ideas. And get insurance. So, Michaela was over here earlier today, and they took off to go look at his potential new place. That's all. So happy for them. So exciting. And it's about 45 minutes from here, so not too far. If you ask me, kind of not close enough, but that's just me. I hope he doesn't want to take the dog. See about that too. Okay, vellum punched out. Here are 2 card bases. Here's a few trophies. So the trophies, after you get them punched out, where these little arm shoulder things are, there's a little piece that punches out from there too. It's right here. If you're doing your pieces, look up. That little bit right there. Okay, back to business. Pieces and pieces. Oh, here's more circles and rectangles. I should have done them all at one time. Probably like you did. Now you're ahead of me and you're just waiting. I don't know that we're going to need all these panels. So Michaela's dog was here, Bruiser. As soon as they see each other, oh, they're so happy. So happy that when Michaela came this morning, we did a video. And guess who decided to come running in? Bruiser and Bo. It was like a tornado. Those dogs. This is part of the shaker card. Oh, the blue circle is too. This is just plain white card base. This one goes to the shaker card. So the shaker card, when I was doing it, I'll have you know, that foam rectangle is very sticky. Pieces and pieces. Are you getting to the end of your pile of pieces? Getting them all sorted? I'm getting close. and here's all my envelopes. I'll just fold the flap over on those because I know some of them I'm going to stamp on. I think that worked out pretty well when making the samples. And it's nice how the back flap is printed and it perfectly matches the cards. Okay, so all my pieces are done. Are your pieces done? How about ribbon? I'm kind of stalling so you can get your pieces done. But I'll tell you how much of this ribbon we need. And if you can, fold it in half so the two ends are together, and that will make cutting the majority of it a little bit easier. So if those two pieces, those two ends are together, for Coach card, for card number 1, the one with the trophy, we need 3.5 inches. So because they're folded in half, I could do 2 at a time. And this is why you need your good scissors. Not so much for this first part, just cutting it to fit, but later when we go to trim the ends, it's nice to have nice scissors. So if you have Stampin' Up! Grid paper, use your grid paper to cut or to measure 3.5 inches. Okay, so I have those. And do that 3 times, or 3 pieces. And then for the shaker card, we need 3-inch pieces, and we need 6 of them, so 2 per card. Okay, after all the cutting, I have about, how much is this? About 7 inches extra. I like it. Nice ribbon. Okay, so those go onto the shaker card. What else? Let's get started. I am going to start with trophy card and put all of these pieces for the other 2 cards off to the side and just focus on one at a time. Otherwise I get confused. There's too much stuff in the way. Okay, so here's the sample. So because the envelopes are on top, I'll start with the envelopes. And on this one I have the World's Greatest right here. And I'm going to stamp the envelope just random, World's Greatest and Pacific Point, random places. And I'm going to do both of them. This is what you said you like. So when we do it together, which is kind of nice. I like the thought of us doing it together. We used to do Cards and Coffee, and all of my PPP, Paper Pumpkin people, we would get together, we'd go out for coffee or hot chocolate, or just meet at a local coffee store shop and maybe have breakfast or lunch. But this day and age, it's not happening too much. So I'm doing the best that I can. Can you see what I'm working on? To make the pattern really random. I don't want it to be repetitive at all. And stamping just a little bit on the end on the flap. And then when it comes to the top part, I'll show you. I'll get this close up. Okay, so I did all this. Now I want to stamp here and here, but I don't want it to be on the white part of the envelope. So I'm going to fold it over. And now I'll stamp just a little bit there at the top. Not a full World's Greatest, but just greatest, just bits of that. I'll show you when it's done. Okay, So since I folded it over, see how there's just little bits here, and I didn't want them to go over to this side. That side's clean. A little bit here. Okay, same with the other envelope. I just thought, what if he gets that house? He's not going to be coming home every day. I don't know. I think I like him coming home every day. Okay, I know I like him coming home every day. Oh. Okay, so done with the envelopes. So since I have the Pacific Point ink out, oh, I might as well put this one with them. I'm going to stamp on the trophy, World's Greatest. So let me find that. Trophy, trophy. Here's trophy. Well, that wasn't centered. That's better. And then I like the word coach, just so everyone local can give it to our local good coach. Yeah, I have a lot of extra little pieces here. So these are both going to say coach, and because white paper on white scratch paper, you can't see the perimeter of the image you're stamping on, I'm going to put it on a darker color. So I'll put it on this green base that will eventually be attached to the kit, to the card. Here's Coach. And that gets stamped in Pacific Point. Good. I guess that's in case you stamp crooked. You have 20 opportunities to get it right. Okay, that part is done. Let me see. On the inside, because I have Pacific Point ink out, I'm going to do this ribbon thing. I guess I'm getting all the pieces stamped right now. Uh-oh. Okay, so on here, I'm going to use this ribbon. I think I'm going to stamp it a little bit higher than I did this one. Good. I'll do the other one. Did my head get in there? Sorry. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Oh, you deserve a medal. That's in Pacific. But in the meantime, do you like that in suede, or do you think it would be better in the, well, I don't have Bumblebee. It'll be Curry. I don't want to do it in blue. In Pacific Point, that would be too much matching. I don't know. Okay, crushed curry, here we go. Ah, that looks good. What do you think? Curry or suede? I put that one up higher. Fly. I had the door open all day long. That's why those puppies came running in. Okay, well, curry it's going to be. So, you deserve a medal. Let me find that one. Here it is. That goes in the middle. Well, that looks nice. Okay, liking that. So then on the side, I put a whole bunch of number ones, and that is in mint. So I'll do that. I think everything is stamped then. Here's number one. I did it crooked. Well, you know what it is. Not that I'm making excuses, but I think I was trying to get the hashtag straight, which made the number crooked. Did you stamp your number ones crooked? Okay, that one's done. It's a little bit busy on the inside of the card. That's okay, then you don't have to write much. So Mama just called and she said, well, I have this little robot vacuum thing that cleans up all of my dimensional backs and all of my die cut paper pieces. And when we were at her house this past week, we were doing our fair share of die cutting, and we were leaving what we affectionately called confetti all over her house, like it's a party. I said, Mama, you need to get your machine out. And she called to say, I have it out. It is cleaning my house right now for the first time. Pacific ink. How does that happen? So I think this piece is ready to stick on the inside. So there's 9 cards, so I cut 9 pieces of Pacific Point paper, and I will have the item number on my blog, so you could just click it and get your own package, or you could use any similar color, or any of the colors that are coordinating with this project, or if you have any Stampin' Up! Paper that's a current color, I will always exchange you. I took a punch out of that. That's for sponges. I will always exchange any current color for a current color. So what does that mean? If you have cherry cobbler paper and you have a whole package of it, and you need just a few sheets of Pacific Point to complete this project, let's exchange them. And that offer stands always. Well, that's cute. Do you like the curry or the suede metal better? Oops. So I've been talking with California relatives, and it's hard for everyone to breathe. I really feel sorry for them. Maybe they'll come here. Okay, so I got carried away with the stars, but looks good, doesn't it? Maybe I won't do as many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about 7? Because I want to use the stars on the inside and on the tops of the card before I dump the rest of them into a shaker card. So I put little dip drops of glue. If you take your snips, put the very tip of it in the glue. That will make it easy to pick up one star at a time on the end of your snips. Or maybe 2 stars. So this is the trophy card. So if you're not doing the insides, I hope you're not just twiddling your thumbs. So talking about the trophy card, you'll need to cut the ends of the ribbon and use some of those dimensionals that were somewhat hiding to me, probably not to you. So I'm not going to close this all the way because I want the stars to dry. And I purposely try to put the sequins down and have a little bit of glue pop up through the center of the sequin. That way I know the sequin will stay in place. If I do glue really lightly, which will dry really quick, which is great, sometimes the sequins, they just fall off. And I don't like that. If I take the time to put them on, I want them on. Okay, so I'm going to just let that dry a little bit. Done with the inside. So the outside is this water washed green. And I think I'm going to have the little extra white area down below just because the vellum, I think it stands up better when it's on a darker color. So let's attach these pieces. Bo is looking at me. Hello? Are you looking for the boys? They're gone. So the green goes right in the middle, and I'm trying to let the inside dry a bit. And I'm putting the white blob down below. Okay, that's good. So next step is, how about the ribbon? So that is pretty much the right size. This is where you use your scissors. Remember I said make sure you have good scissors? To make sure that the end is cut straight. Because on some of mine it kind of skips over one of the tracks. What is that? This is gross grain ribbon. Is that a grain? Is it that's a big grain? It's like corrugated. Your corrugated ribbon. Okay, yeah, so this one, I'll show you what I'm talking about, maybe. Can you see how it isn't straight cut? I'm going to make sure it's straight. Okay, so now to do the little flags in the end, I will cut it in maybe 1/4 of an inch and right in the middle, and then go from one end to the middle, and then do the same on the other side. That way you get a perfectly uniform little flagged end. Cute. Okay, same thing over here. And then same thing on your other pieces. If your scissors aren't sharp, this process is going to drive you crazy. Okay. Oh, I made a mess. So, my ribbon happens to have a bump in both sides of it. So I'm going to put the adhesive on the other side. Now just put 2 strips. I think the directions say, ooh, this stuff is sticky, to use glue dots, but for some reason I'm in the adhesive mode. Wowee, that's sticky. So sticky, I think I want it down and out of the way. Ooh, and I have fuzzles all over. Ribbon fuzzles. So this ribbon is, ooh, did you notice that the panel, the green panel we put on, has a little bit of stitching? So put it just right above the stitching line. If they took the time to stitch it, it needs to be seen. Okay, do the same with the other ribbon. Boy, this glue is really sticky. It might pull my fingerprints off. Having a hard time with it today. I'm sure it's user error. Look at that. Okay, that's a testament to this new Stampin' Seal sticky. It's very, very sticky. Okay, get the fuzzies off of your card. Okay, put the ribbon down. Okay, ribbon down. Sticky gone. Next is the vellum little leaves thing. I'm going to get rid of all this fuzzy from the ribbon. It's going to drive me crazy. Maybe it's an OCD thing. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. Okay, those are going to go there. Look even on the finished card. It's everywhere. Hold on. There. Much better. Okay, back to where we were. So on the sample, there is the vellum, 2 per card. Oh, they're right over here. Vellum. So you could see them. Then I have all these extra little pieces that I'm going to do something wonderful with. Okay, so these pieces of vellum, they go in different directions. So I'm going to take one of each direction, vellum, for each card. Okay, I'm going to hold these up close so you can see them. You could really see it on the darker paper. Ooh, I have darker paper here. Hold on. Let me find some of that. Pacific Point. There, now you can see them. Okay, see how they go in different directions? Now, are they really going in different directions, or did I just flip it over? Well, are they different one from another? I don't think so. Okay, so we're going to put glue dots on the back of these vellum, the glue dots that came with the project, and I like to put on 4, so I'll put it under, see if you could see this, under leaf number 2, middle leaf, and maybe a couple of the bottom leaves. And I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. I'll put them on, and then I'll hold it up close. So for glue dots, what I like to do is use my snips, get the glue dot, and position it. Because if you try to pick it off with your fingernail, you might leave behind the glue dot. And it's not always that easy to pick it up. But the tip of the snips works pretty good. Okay, so I'm doing 4 per vellum branch. Okay, I'm going to hold it up so you can see placement. Not that it matters. So that's where I place the glue dots. Then I'll take off the paper and then I'll put it onto the card. And I'm not going to worry about all these little glue back paper things, because my machine, I'll tell it, come and visit my craft room. And it finds stuff. I wonder if my machine sighs when I say craft room. Okay, so the little paper has been revealed. So now I'm going to put this on, and I have plans on the placement. I'll show you what that means here in just a minute. Because I want them to be equal. I want the 2 tips going together so they kind of frame the top of the trophy, but I don't want the vellum going off the card. And with all those little rules, placement happens. So I know it's hard to see the light vellum on the light green, but can you tell where that is? And here's the top of the panel. So if you get those pretty much in the center with a little bit of a gap, and then the vellum not going off the sides here, and then the vellum touching the ribbon. Perfect. Okay, let's do that again for the other card. So, glue dots on the back of vellum. That's right, I'm doing 2, and you're doing 3, because I already had one done. So if I take time to do the insides, and you haven't prepared your insides yet, it's okay if I take time to do the insides, but you are ready for the next card front, I hope. Okay, so I'm doing 4 glue dots on the back of vellum again. Any 4 leaves. I think I avoided the top leaf. Take off the papers. So I think it's funny that I missed the dimensionals. They were hiding in the middle of a shaker card frame. Golly. So, see, not off the edge, framing the top, touching the ribbon, done. Alrighty. Papers and pieces everywhere. Very good. So now let's put the trophy on, and Coach, should that be on? Should that be raised up? Maybe that could be flat. Okay, Coach. Coach. Now, world's greatest, the trophy is going to be raised up on, I don't know where they are. I'm using my own dimensionals. How many? 2. Lori Hancock, this is for you. Lots of dimensionals. Look at that. Okay. Trophy goes on. That's so nice. One more. Woohoo! We did one card. Okay. Done, done, done. And I'll have still pictures of all of these on my blog. Okay, that one's done. Oh. It's not done. There's more stars to put on. There's the bling, the icing on the cake. Okay, how about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should we do 6? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I do count it for a reason. The reason being that if you don't count it, when you put them on, what if you count only 5? We know that there's 6. Then you would just have like an empty dot of glue. Not good. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Okay, it's complete. I'm a little skimpy on the glue on this one. I'm going to have to go back and add a little more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. I would try to learn a different language in counting, but it would be ineffective in counting, because I wouldn't know what the numbers mean other than dos. Okay, so I'm putting a little dot, which is going to dry clear and flat, right on the top of the hole, because I don't want these to fall off. The directions for the kit say to use a glue dot to attach them, and you wouldn't have to do this. But I think I like liquid glue better than glue dots. Just a personal thing. Okay, so these are now going to set off to the side because they have a dot of glue on them. Can you see that dot of glue? Look at this one right here. Okay, now we're on to the next one. The next one is, oh, shaker card. Okay, so, oh, it's really thick. So these, might as well start with what's on top. The ribbons are what I find first. So once again, I'm going to trim up the ends, make sure that it's flat, and then cut a little tail in it. And because last time it drove me crazy, I'm going to do it over the garbage can. Okay. Good scissors make all the difference. Okay. One done. Uh-oh. Bo is telling me he wants to go out. Let me see if he gives up on it. Is that a bad dog, Mom? Two. As I pick up each of these, I look, maybe there's one end that's straight, and I won't need to do this extra step, but each one of them is slightly off, of course. Oh, he wants to go out. Bo, come, tell me. Come here. Want to see Bo? Can you see him? Bo, come. Hi. Say hello. Right there. Look up here. Look up here. Okay, go night-night. Yeah, go on. Go night-night. I don't know if that worked. He's still standing right behind me. But he's not whining. He's not whistling through his nose. Okay, ribbons are done. Ribbons are neatly done. I like that. Okay, back in place. So next I have the envelopes, and on this one I did You're the Best. Oh, and then that had a yucky mark up there. So just on the envelopes I'll do You're the Best. In Pacific Point. It's hard to make it random. Must be a summer day. I hear the jet skiers across the lake, across the street at the lake. Good. One more card. Do you notice the days are getting shorter? I'm not ready for summer to be gone. Okay, is it hard for you to be random too? Not that I could be straight. It would be, everything would be pretending like it was on target, but it wouldn't be straight. Okay, so envelopes are done. Oh, and I'm going to need that for this piece right here. So I'm going to find that little small circle and all these lovely pieces. Maybe. I might put all the small circles with the other project. I need not many. There they are. Small circles. And those are going to be stamped in Pacific Point. I like the "You're the Best." It's kind of the theme of this card. This could be for a friend. It doesn't have to be teacher or coach. As a matter of fact, I need a friend thank you card. This will be good. I should see what's on the inside too. Oh man, I went overboard. You deserve a medal. #1 teacher. Okay, well, let's do it. Okay, there's my navy piece. That doesn't really match, but I'm pretending like it matches. You deserve a medal in Pacific Point. Is it straight? That one's a little crooked. That's better. And teacher. Teacher. In random spots at the bottom. And I'll fill it in with the other stamps. And it's okay if they overlap. I'm doing my best to keep these words parallel with the bottom of the paper. Okay, so next is in suede, World's Greatest. And World's Greatest has blue ink all over it, so I'm going to clean that. Bo is fussing again. I might have to let him out. Okay, hold on. Okay, he's out. So, World's Greatest in soft suede. I like this font. So are you wondering why I'm stamping on my little layer here? Did you notice I'm only letting the ink go to the center? And I could always flip it over, but it will be covered by the white paper. So I think I could get away with it. Okay. And finally, number one. And that's done in mint. So, lesson I learned. If you're using that number 1 stamp, make it straight based on the number, not on the hashtag number sign. Have it straight on this part, because that part's at an angle. So far so good. They're looking straight. That one was a little crooked. Okay, done with that. I'll show you close up. And I'll post pictures on my blog. So if you want to do it just like that, no thinking required, looks good. Okay, so time to attach these. I need a little bit of success. A whole lot of working. So on my Pacific Point, yep, see a bit of the mess, but the white paper will cover that. Or I could flip it over. Okay, adhesive goes on that side. Yeah, my navy paper. I probably should have got a new sheet of Pacific Point and cut it just to the right size so that I was consistent. But I had this navy paper just sitting right there. It's calling my name. And this project, this is all that you see of the Pacific Point rather than navy. And I think I might be able to get away with it if you don't tell anyone. So navy paper in, inside paper, done. Hey, I didn't put any sparkles on the inside of this one because there's so many sparkles on the outside. I'm a little bit nervous about us doing the shaker card because when I did it, it was so sticky. I saw a lot of room for error. Not that you would do it, but the time is here. Let's do it. Okay, so we have the insides done. So now let's get shaker card. I'm going to start with one of these with the hollow center, just because I know how to do that. Let me see if I could make it. Okay, so I'm just trying this, hoping to make it a little easier. I'm taking 2 diagonal corners, folding the adhesive in, and now I'm going to put that on the card front. And there is a little bit of a border. When I put this on, you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, I think this is going to work good. Okay, this is going to work good. So on here, Let me get it at an angle so you could see it. There is just a little bit of a border, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Because I folded down just the corner of the adhesive, these are the only two parts that are sticking. This part is still kind of lifted up. But now I can slide that, stick it down a little bit better, and I know I have the foam in the correct place. If you try to lift the whole thing up and stick it down, not a disaster, but it's challenging. And then just pull this adhesive off and stick it down as you go. If you get a wrinkle in your mat, your shaker border mat, it's okay. You can pick it up. Otherwise, just push it really hard and it will be fine. Don't worry. Okay, so now my foam border mat is completely on there, stuck onto the card base. And I still have this paper on here. Let me think if there's an easier way to do this. I don't think so. Okay, so go ahead and lift this top piece off. Are you looking? Okay, watch this part. Take the top piece off. Take some of your sparkles without getting them stuck into the stickiness. Put them right in the middle. Okay, now take the window sheet, this one, and put it on your card top. And there is a little room for air. Oh my gosh, this is so sticky. Sticky, sticky. And I'll show you what I mean. So when I put on this acetate sheet, let me get the glare on it. It covers the border completely, and it is crooked, but that's okay, because now those little stars are trapped in there. And you know, I'm not going to do the shaker part of the other card, because I want to use some of these on the outside of the other cards, and I don't know how many will remain. So you could do two out of 3. And I'm just guesstimating how many go in there. I probably could put more, but I'd rather have more stars left over than not enough. Okay, so next is to put on this little plaid green border. And this is where I was kind of traumatized, because if I just set this down, it's going to stick and it will probably be crooked. So when I did it the first time, I'm looking at, can you see this bottom corner right down here? No. See this bottom corner? I'm going to put the corner of my frame just a little bit right on there. None of my other sides are sticking. Now I'm going to come up to the top one, put just the corner on. This side is all the way stuck. And hopefully it works. That worked just fine. Okay, shaker card. It's ready to shake. Woohoo! My pile of stars isn't letting the other stars shake. Okay. They're kind of staticky there. Ah, that's good. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to assemble this shaker card after I've applied these stars to the outside of this card. Well, you know, I guess I could count how many there are. Oh, but I put some on the inside. Okay. One of the shaker cards is going to wait. But let's get that one. Let's get this one here done. Okay, so back to pieces. Let's work on the ribbons. Have all of your little ribbons with the little flag in them. And on this gold foil piece, put your adhesive. And you could put it on the backs of all of your gold foil flag thingies. Can you see? Or when Bo was saying hi, did I? Oh, that's better. One more. Okay, so now these gold flags, you could tell you have a lot of room. Where do you want to put it? I'm looking at the bottom where my point ends, and I'm letting that determine where I place it. And then of course I want it centered from the sides. These are really sparkly, really shiny. Okay. Okay, so my ribbon is done. So let's work on the rest of this medallion. I'm going to put the ribbon off to the side for right now. So here's my little small medallions. They're very nice. Didn't I stamp 2 of them? Okay, adhesive those on. Oh, you know, I could put some dimensionals on some of these things. Right in the middle. These want dimensionals. I'll put 3 on the back of each. Okay, now I need to stamp this large circle. Oh, I have lots of extra. And that's going to be stamped with this ribbon in Pacific Point. And mine has yellow on it, curry, bumblebee, whatever color you have. Clean. Okay, Pacific Point, here we go. Right in the middle. And I put the white paper with something dark behind it because I want to make sure to get this centered. Very good. Okay, so this piece that I just stamped can be stuck onto the blue circle. Right in the middle. Middle. Okay, and now I'm going to put on "You're the Best." Well, that's looking good. Okay, I'm kind of liking it. So now on the back side of these, I'm going to put adhesive so I can attach the ribbon and then attach it to the card. see how many stripes? 4 stripes of adhesive. Yeah, I'm not doing so well with this thing. It's really sticky though. I appreciate that. Okay, so here it is. You're ready to go. Now I'm going to put the ribbons on it. And if you take your ribbons, I have a tip on this, and lay them on top of each other so that the ends are right where you want them. Look how this ribbon covers up that beautifulness. I don't like that. So I'm going to lift up one of these gold foil bits, maybe halfway only. Then get it so that these 2 ends are right where I want them. And then stick down the gold foil piece. So now you could see both of the gold foil pieces. Does that make sense? Okay, and it goes underneath and all that stickiness. You're the best. Okay, there it is. Let's do the same with the other one. Oh, I have to take care of these. And you can leave them just like that if you'd like. That's fine. So I'm thinking about the ends. Where do I want the ends? And then the gold foil just overlapping just a touch. The ends are even. And now this, trying to make sure that the words are straight with the little tails. Okay, that's good. So now all this just gets put down. Do I want that kind of flapping, or should I stick it? I think I should stick it. Last thing I want is for it to fall off. That would be really embarrassing. Still right where I want them. I might put more adhesive up on this part. Ooh, don't move, ribbon. It's a sticky mess. Oh, and you know I'm not going to do the last shaker card yet. It still has sticky on it. Maybe I'll get it all sticky and then I'll attach it. Okay, so this, you're the best, right in the center. And the length that I made my little ribbon tails, it covers a little bit of this top frame and a little bit down there. I like it though. Oh, so this card is done. This one is busy being sticky. I'm going to put adhesive all over this one. And then I'll just set it off to the side to the end. Okay, plenty sticky. It's going to set way over there. And these pieces, I'll figure it out at the end. And here's the card inside. Okay, all this is going to sit over here with that stickiness until the end. The envelopes are done. This could go back in the box. This is waiting. These two are done. No sequins inside. Okay, those are done. Okay, ready for the last one? That's pretty. That's sparkly inside. This one is to my friend. She made me tote bags for my blends, and I need to send her a thank you. I should show you them, but I think this video is going to take too long already. So I just stamped at the bottom, nothing on the flap. So let's do that. You're the best. You're the best. Dirty, dirty block. You're the best. One done. Okay. Envelopes are done. And I know they're going to go in the box, so in the box they go. Okay, for the card, stamp set, inside paper. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Where's the pile? Here's the pile. This just gets stuck on. I could do that. Sticky. Sticky. Inside paper. And one more inside paper. Okay, here's a card base. Okay. Okay, those two are done. This is sticky. So there's a bigger white blob and a smaller one. I think the bigger one I'm going to have in the bottom corner just because I want the vellum leaves to show up over this dark bumblebee paper. Okay, so that's in the center. Center. Good. So, how about a little stamping? So I need these two panels. To stamp this ribbon on. And that's in Pacific. This one here. Nice. Okay, that's done. And these two circles, you deserve a medal. Okay, I think that's it for the outside. I should see what's needed on the inside, but sometimes I need to feel progress. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this and then put it on the gold medal. It's a gold medal. I have all kinds of extra pieces here. Imagine that. Guess it's good, because if I messed up and I didn't have extra pieces, I'd be very disappointed. Okay, so these have stickum on them, just in the middle. Okay, now here I just put it flat, but because I know the kit comes with dimensionals, let's use some of these. Okay, now put this on straight. I guess I haven't received many medals because I don't know what all these little bits on this ribbon holder thingy are. I guess because they made the stamp with it shown, I'm going to let you see it. I don't know what those little ball things are. Okay, so that part is done. So now on to these branches. They're going different directions. Or do I have it flipped upside down? You know what, they are different. No, they're not. Okay, well, on the card, I want them going like this. So that means glue dots are going to go on this side. Okay, on the card, I want them like that. So let me flip it over. So I want glue dots on that side. You see, when I talk to myself here, I pretend like I'm talking to you, so I'm not talking to myself. Okay, so they're all going with the top leaf toward me and this bottom stem that gets cut off toward the left. Does that help? Here's glue dots. So I'm going to put 4 per branch like last time. Now hold this up close to the camera in just a minute. In my head, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Done with glue dots. Okay, little papers. You could feed the machine in the morning. So I got a new one. This time, instead of shark, I got an ion robot. It's pretty much the same concept, but my shark would not recognize 5G internet. And if we're paying to have good internet, I don't want to downgrade the internet just for the robot. Anyhow, so now I have a Roombata. It's not the one that has the water in it, just the regular one. And it recognizes the 5G. It's set up just fine, easy as can be. But this one, it remembers where the rooms are, remembers where the walls are. I could tell it restricted zones, such as under the couch where all the cords are, because it pulls the cords out. Then the lights don't work. Not good. Anyhow, it wasn't working all that well. Hold on. I'll continue with my story. So if this metal piece is going to go right about here with a little bit of the bumblebee paper showing, can you see? You can see. I have all the little papers off the back of my vellum leaf, almost all of them. Now I'm just going to lay this, even if it's over the top of my metal, because I haven't attached this yet. And I'm going to think about where do I want the end to reside. And I want it over the blue, because it shows up over the blue. And I'm not putting that glue dot down, because I know it would attach this paper. And I want it to be underneath the paper. Let me put this one on. Again, so it will fit in the envelope. Now I'll pull this guy up and I'll attach it. But because all these glue dots are ready to go, I'll do the other card. Anyhow, my little machine, maybe a few weeks old, wasn't cleaning up the way that a machine that cost that much should clean up. And I looked online, I looked through frequently asked questions, trying to figure out what is going on with this new thing. I should return it. Well, frequently asked questions didn't answer my question, but I found out there's this little filter. And the filter was a little bit clogged, therefore it wasn't getting good airflow. Therefore, it wasn't cleaning well. So I'm embarrassed to say that when I took the filter and banged it against the side of the kitchen garbage can, a little bit of stuff in there. And after I cleaned it, whew, working like it did the first time. So, if you have one of those Roombas, clean your filter. They gave me another one so I can have a backup. Okay, so I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And stick it down. Trying to make sure that the top amount equals the bottom, and a little bit of this bumblebee colored panel is showing. Well, there it is. Can you see where I put the vellum leaves? So this one I have it going down at this kind of angle. This one is going upward quite a bit more, but they still will fit in the envelope. Okay, so this panel goes down. I'm putting 3 strips of adhesive on, long way. Okay, now let's bling it up with the stars. Then we'll do the inside. Then we'll do the shaker card. That wasn't done. Okay, so 3 stars. How about 1? Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the only other thing I know to say is taco and burrito, so that's it. I think I counted 3. I know what each of the numbers mean. Oh, I have multiple stars. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, I am saying 1, 2, 3. Okay, looks good. Okay, onto the inside. A little bit of stamping. So these are done. I'm going to let them dry nearby. World's greatest friend. This calls for a celebration. Where's world's greatest? Oh, it has suede ink on it. Nope. Yep. Pacific. But I don't have anything dark to put under here. Hold on. Now I could see the outline. World's greatest goes right there. And that looks really crooked to me. Let's try that one more time. That's better. Okay. And everything else is done in, I'd like to say Bumblebee, but really, it's Crush Curry. Okay, friend. Okay, and this calls for a celebration. Celebrate, celebrate. This calls for a celebration all over on the bottom. Random, if possible. Okay, that looks good. Then decorate with stars. I could do that. Already decorated the front. So, what do you think about the two side by side? Should I do it again? Sure. I'm going to make sure to do my glue dots big enough so I don't have to follow up with more glue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. For this card, 8 is the number. I got my glue dots a little crooked, but the stars are big enough to make it right. There's a whole bunch of them stuck together, like all in a stack. Okay, so was it 8 at the bottom or all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was, there's 6 down here, so I already did the 2. So this would be 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 'What's going on with these stars? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of that is too much for that last card. Guess I'm going to have some extra stars, but that's good. I like stars. So I should have put the stars on after I had this inside the card, but I didn't. That's okay. So I'm going to put the adhesive on the Pacific Point and then just lay it in place. Because if I would flip it over, I know I would lose some of my stars. I lose my stars. I lose my marbles. Okay. Yeah, and some of these stars I know I didn't have enough glue on them. So I'm just going to put a little dot on the top of them. Okay, so this is setting off to the side to dry. And this one, same plan. Adhesive for the white paper on the inside. Good. And then I'm just going to set these stars real quick. And then finally we'll get back to the last shaker card. Okay, done with glue. Put that away. This is going to dry. This one is done. Stars and shaker card. Here is shaker card. Don't think we'll need glue dots. Very sticky. Okay, I know I need this piece. Well, see, I can't do it my tricky way. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so the dimensionals come right out of here. Okay, back in my comfort zone. Look at that. Gotta love it. Okay, so here is my foam piece. Let's do this again. And it has the paper on either side. So my foam piece, one side, I'm going to pull down a corner of it and pull down the diagonal corner. Make sure it's right side up. Put the foam piece in place with a little bit of a border. Good, good. Do you see the border on there? Just a little bit. Okay, and then remove a little bit of the adhesive, stick it down, maybe some of this side. Stick it down. All is well. This corner looks good, that corner looks good. A little bit more adhesive. Just kind of pull the adhesive out just a little at a time. This is much better than how I did it originally. That was a fiasco. Okay, pull out this corner. Look at that. Okay, all of you Paper Pumpkin subscribers, this is what we need to do. This works. Look at that. Happy, happy. Okay, there was no stress involved there. Okay, so next is take off the whole top paper. Beware, super sticky. Take some of your little sparkly stars. You could dump all of them in, but look at all those. Those want to go on a card somewhere. Okay, and now put the acetate sheet on. Without getting your fingers stuck. There has to be an easier way. Oh, once it starts, that's it. My fingers are stuck. Oh. Okay, it's on. It's on. Yeah. Okay, it's on. And I do have a star stuck in my foam thing, and I'm going to pretend like I didn't even notice it. Sounds like someone is home, but we're almost done. So now I'm going to take this corner and line it up with the card base corner. All the other sides are up. The top one. Okay, that's on. Inside done. Metal goes on. There we have it. We completed August Paper Pumpkin Kit. Thank you for tuning in. I will have links to Paper Pumpkin and all the items I used on my blog. This is JilliBling, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.